If we were all totally honest, we would admit that pay plan design usually starts with the compensation dollar value that you place on the position. Then incentives are created so that acceptable results end up with a paycheck somewhere close to the compensation value that you first had in mind. The difficulty with pay plans is that smart managers can find a way to game the system and be overpaid, or due to factors beyond their control, unlucky managers find themselves underpaid. The end game for pay plans is to structure them to pay fairly and encourage employees to stay. After all, staff continuity is both preferable to customers and good for the bottom line because people tend to buy from those they know and trust. So how can dealers find the Goldilocks sweet spot when it comes to fair compensation? Recently, Rob Campbell and Michele D'Antonio, analysts for Witham, joined us for an exploration of how unintended consequences can cause good pay plans to go bad. The full 45-minute recording of this discussion is available to Dealer's Edge members only. Dealer's Edge members enjoy access to hundreds of dealership-specific online workshops. Members can access our full archive of webinar recordings in streaming video, podcast, and PDF executive summary download anytime. Not to mention books, manuals, special reports, and more. Visit dealersedge.com/free trial to get started today. Service and parts managers, as opposed to sales managers, tend to have many responsibilities that go beyond just closing sales. Because dealerships are unique, when Rob and Michele are asked, how much should X person make? They rightly respond that they can't possibly take into account every variable for how much a job should pay or discuss what other stores are paying. Wage surveys are acceptable, however, only when historic data is submitted to a third party and anonymized based on regional norms. Two good sources for wage surveys are the NADA Workforce Study and the State Dealer Association surveys. Rather than what a manager should make, the real question is what incentives are included in the plans and are they in line with the enterprise objectives. Rob and Michele commented that designing commission-only plans tend to over-incentivize sales to the detriment of equally important parts of the job that are not directly tied to a sale. To help balance the sales and non-sales side of the equation, they recommended including a base pay component. Having a base pay helps smooth out the possibility of peaks and valleys that reliance on sales can cause. Factors that are out of the store's or manager's control can lead to manipulation that runs counter to dealership goals. Rob's preference is for a 60% base contingent on how even the sales swings are. However, it is not etched in stone and likely should be adjusted to fit dealership circumstances. This is especially relevant to smaller stores who are more prone to swings. So, with a 60% base contingent, the remaining 40% is a commission component. When considering what to base the commission component on, it is good to understand the pros and cons of each of the ways that managers can be paid. Our speakers gave the pros and cons of commissions paid by sales, gross profit, modified gross, selling or departmental operational goals, net, non-traditional methods such as hours billed, parts gross, etc., and bonuses, CSI, etc. Michele and Rob went on to cover using the financial statement versus service reports for commission payment, and effective and ineffective use of grid plans. Become a Dealer's Edge member to access the full 45-minute workshop in streaming video, podcast, and PDF executive summary download anytime. You can access it for free at dealersedge.com/free trial.